Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be giving you a full beginner tutorial on ClickUp. ClickUp is a great software for you, and we're going to be discussing in great depth on how you can utilize it fully to its best extent and how you're going to use it to basically organize all your work, all your projects, ask your workspace members to just work accordingly on a project management software. And we all know that ClickUp is up there with, the great project management softwares out there. Like you have Trello, you have all these other things like Workload CRM and all this stuff. So we're going to be discussing ClickUp today in that retrospect, and it's going to be a pretty fun video. So just drop down a like, subscribe to the channel, and without further ado, let's just get straight into the video. Now, first of all, obviously you're going to come up to clickup.com. Now once you're here in clickup.com, obviously you're going to see all of this interface as so. So one app to replace them all your work in one place. Obviously it has a pretty user-friendly interface. And good thing that you're watching this video, because while you're watching this video, you're probably witnessing the new ClickUp 3.0, which is like the new update that ClickUp has where the productivity is reimagined. And it's the next evolution of team productivity and collaboration in this generation. So unlike the next generation of productivity with infinite possibilities of ClickUp 3.0, now hopefully by the time you're done watching this video, it's already going to be here. So you're going to be pretty much stacked with the new stuff. Now you can also check all the details that they've given on ClickUp down here. You can check those if you want to. But what we're going to do is just going to head straight into the pricings. Okay, now the ClickUp pricings are, there's like you could say 4 different discrete pricings. If I were to give a rough overview, there's 4 different prices. There's the free, the unlimited plan, the business plan, and the enterprise plan. Now the free plan is obviously, as it says in the name, totally free, no money required, and it gives you a lot of great features that come for free. Then obviously there's the unlimited plan, which costs $10 per member per month, and there's like everything is unlimited, and it like all the things you get in free are just unlimited in the unlimited plan. Then obviously I guess there's the business plan, which is $19, and in those you obviously get more and better features, but you can check all that out later on if you want to. Right now we're going to go ahead and we're going to basically get started and sign ourselves into this wonderful project management program. So we're going to enter our work email over here. Now obviously I'm going to be using a temp mail for this video, but you're going to need to use a proper email because I'm only using a temp mail because I'm making a tutorial clearly. But if you use a temp mail, I do know this, that a temp mail is a totally disposable email and it can easily be lost out in the wild. So basically all your creation and setup for an account will be gone to waste. So I recommend that you use a proper email. There we go, so you're going to write your email over here. So you're going to click on Get Started. So once you click on Get Started, obviously it's going to take you through the whole sign up process. It loads you in and here we are. So first it's going to ask us for a full name. I'm going to put in my name. Now once you put in your full name, choose a minimum password. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a password for myself that I think seems strong. And once you've chosen a strong password here, they're going to say play with ClickUp. So that basically means sign up. And once you sign up, here you go. So let's go. Now here we've please enter the code we emailed you. And this is obviously the email code, and you know the confirmation code. Just write accordingly. So here you have it. I'm just going to place it here, and there we go. We just entered our verification code. So here we are. So we're going to go ahead and click on let's do this. Name your workspace. So you obviously have your name's workspace as a default, but you could go with anything else. And don't worry about the name. You can always change it later, like these are the type of settings that are changeable later on. So don't need to stomp your mind on these for too long. Now once you've discussed about that, then comes your avatar. Customize your workspace avatar. You can either drop an image, it could be your profile picture or something like that, or you can just keep your name profile picture. As you know, my name is here, so it's going to give us a S profile picture, and obviously accordingly you can change these things over here. So I'm going to keep it at, let's keep it a purple. Once you keep it a purple here, you're going to say I'm happy so far. Choose your favorite color theme. Now the color theme is, as you can see, the whole coloring scheme of your Trello. So I guess a good coloring theme for a workspace would be, either a light blue or a dark blue. So I'm going to go with a dark blue and I'm going to click I'm happy so far. How many people will you be working with? Now this is the crucifix of the matter, because this is where you're going to put in, obviously, the number of people you're going to work with. Now this is important because it depends on how many people you have. Like that's what the setting up depends on, because if you have more people, it's going to give you more privileges and spaces to work around with. But if you have less people, obviously it's going to give you the default workspace. Alright, so it's depend on you, how you want it to work. Then, how do you want to start using ClickUp? I'll start using ClickUp for IT. There's sales and CRM, all that. But obviously we're going to be using it for project management. So I'm going to go here and click on PMO, which is your project management, and note, we'll use this to suggest templates that will help you get started. Now we see I want project management templates. So I'm going to keep it at that. I'm going to click on next. How did you hear about us now? It could be TikTok, YouTube, LinkedIn, podcast, Billboard, Friend, TV, Facebook, Instagram, search engine, others. So this doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go with a friend or colleague. Invite people to your workspace. Okay, now again, this is one of the non-compulsory settings. You have a choice if you want to put this in, or if you not want to put this in, totally depends on you. Now this is obviously to import your contacts into here. I'm not going to import anyone right now. We're going to discuss this setting later. Now once you're over here, do you use any of these apps? Okay, now this is obviously you can already tell for integration purposes. So first of all, you have a Slack. Slack, obviously a lot of workspaces use Slack to contact each other, to work around with each other's workspace and all that stuff. So again, you probably do use Slack if you're in a proper workspace. So adding Slack and would be the wise option. But again, if you don't want to add these right now, it's totally upon you. We can do this later, but you also have Zapier for your automations, Microsoft Teams for your work, Zoom for calls and communication, GitHub if you're into an IT firm with all the coding programming stuff. You have Zendesk, Intercom, Discord, GitLab, all this stuff. I'm just going to go ahead. No thanks, not right now. Now, do you use any of these tools for project management? Obviously, it's given us all these tools that you could have potentially used for project management previously. Let's say you're migrating to ClickUp and you have your previous work stored in these places. So you have Asana, Basecamp, you have Trello, you have the Jira software and Monday.com, Excel, Todoist, and so on. So you can import your tasks if you're migrating from one project management software to another. And that's a pretty good feature if you're migrating. If you're not migrating, just click on no thanks, go on ahead. Now that's it. Now go and change the world. And don't forget to have fun. Those are nice message. Make sure that you've done everything properly. And once that is done, you're going to wait for it. And if you have an empty field, just go on, check ahead. If there is any empty field, I'm just going to go on. And it's probably the email one. So if the email field is empty and it's doing issues, just go ahead and add some spam email of yours. Now once that is done, we're going to head on down here. Now once you've chosen everything, this is what we're going to start doing the magic. Now once you're done with all the setting up and everything, an interface like this should open. Now let me tell you this, I am using the ClickUp app. This is the desktop app. You can also have this on your mobile phones, or you can get this on your desktop. If you have a mobile phone, iPad, tablet, all that stuff, you can just use it as that. Okay, totally depends on you. Now basically from here on out, what you're going to do, when you're into this interface, this is going to be basically your whole dashboard and everything. So first of all, there's the workspace. So for workspace, you're going to come here on spaces and wait, let me go back into home. Okay, you're going to come here in spaces. And if you click in here, this is how you can create a workspace for yourself. But let's say we don't want a workspace right now. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead at the top left. Now, once your drop down opened up, as you can see on the left side, you can switch your workspaces. So if I click here, you can see you can get all your settings. And obviously this is where you can switch your workspaces as well. It's pretty easy to do that. You can see your workspace, see which workspace you're working. So if I go here, as you can see, I'm in this workspace, but I can switch back to my own workspace if I want to. And you can mess around with different things in your workspaces if you want to. Now, let's say you want to import contacts to your workspace, then to import contacts. You can either go and invite users, or you can just come up here. Go in your workspace and click on people. Now, once you click on people, you're going to come to a page like this where it's going to say manage people. Now, to manage people, obviously you can go ahead and invite users for yourself if you want to. It's pretty easy, pretty simple to do that. And you can also search different users if you want to. Inviting them is pretty simple. You're going to come here on your email address, just write whoever's email address you have. Or you can also paste a CSV over here. As you can see, it says CSV accepted. So paste the CSV if you want to. Or just write multiple lines of email address. And you can also choose if they're a member or an admin. That obviously you could say changes the permissions that the user is going to have when they come into the workspace. So you're going to choose if they remember any admin put in their emails, click on invite, and once they are invited into the workspace from there on out, you're going to get all the users over here, and it's pretty scrum work and it's pretty easy. Now let's get to know our account. So getting to know your account is a pretty important thing to work around with. So let's say if I were to go back now, this is my sidebar over here, and let's get familiarized with our account. So basically over here in the home section, if we come here where I was previously when we landed over here, this is your home dashboard where you can see your calendar. This is where you're going to see your work, assign tasks, and all that stuff. You can add a lineup of tasks where you can add your important tasks in this section over here. Then you obviously have the trending section where you can see your trending tasks. And if we go and show more, here is your pulse. And your pulse is basically in your workspace. It's going to give you analytics of when people are online and what work is being done in different times. So that is a pulse. And once we've discussed about pulse, then there's goals. Now these are your goals for your workspace and everything. And these are also pretty important to keep track of. Basically, you can create goals, break them down into measurable targets, and track progress in real time. So you can set a goal if you want to, but I'm just going to now go with that. Now let's go and give our project a bit structure. Now obviously we were talking about workspace. So to create a new workspace, what you can do is just come here. And as you can see, if you hover over this, you can see space. Now obviously, even if I don't explain this, you pretty much know what this means. So a new space means a new workspace. You're going to create a new workspace for yourself, for your workflow members, for everyone that's working with you. So you're going to create a new space. So creating a new space is a pretty simple in my opinion, because like the ClickUp structure for a project management is, first of all, the workspace, the different spaces that come in the workspace, the lists and statuses, the tasks and columns, and the subtasks. Now all these features that I just told you, these are pretty important when it comes to ClickUp the project management structure. So first of all, we're going to come here on dashboards. And here we have a very private dashboard for ourselves. So we're going to click on the plus icon. And as you can see, it creates us a dashboard. So in the dashboard, as you can see different things. So get started with the dashboard template or create a custom dashboard to fit your exact needs. First, you have the simple dashboard. Now the simple dashboard is like any other project management dashboard, and you can use this template if you want to. Then you have the reporting dashboard. Obviously, you can get this on the free plan. You're going to need at least a business plan for this. Once you get it, you're going to be good to go, and you have the time tracking dashboard. This is also pretty useful because when it comes to time tracking, you could say you have real-time time tracking, and you can basically track who's working in your workspace and who's not, all that stuff. So again, pretty great thing to have on your business management or project management stuff. Now obviously these are going to be your custom dashboards because you're going to be using them as a template. But if you really want to go with the long run, you can create your own custom dashboard down from here. And creating your own custom dashboard is also pretty fun thing to have because once you create it by yourself, it's everything you want. But using a template for a simple dashboard also works wonders in my opinion, and you can use this feature as well. So all you're going to do is you're going to click on Use Template. You're going to come here, so you have dashboard template set up, and you're first of all going to choose the location. I'm going to choose this space and I'm going to click on Apply. And as you can see, I just created a full-fledged dashboard for myself. And over here, obviously people can talk to each other, they can chat with each other, and all the necessary stuff to run a proper project management software. So all this stuff is pretty necessary for, like, you could say, ethics of a workspace management. So I'm just going to leave it at that. Then obviously you have documents here. So if you go on Docs, obviously you're probably wondering what Docs is. Docs, or you could say collaborative document spaces, where you can access these docs, create these docs to organize anything, add videos, lists, comments, and you can even create tasks within these docs if you want to. Now I'm just going to show you how to create a new doc. Now you're going to come here, click on Add New, and once you click on Add New, you get this page opened up. Now here you can basically create a doc for yourself. So let's say I'm going to create something called New Document. I'm going to call it that. Now you're going to write something under it if you want to. So you can write, this is a new document that I just created. I am very excited. And then you're just going to add exclamation marks. And once you do that, there you have it. You have a new document ready. So that's how you're going to create new documents. And it's pretty easy and pretty simple. Now let's go ahead and discuss about new actions. Now you're probably wondering what new actions are. So for that, we're going to head on to our dashboard. Go to our dashboard over here, and let's say we want to create a task. So we're going to come here and click on Create Task. And let's discuss the new action features. So the quick action features, you could say, the quick actions are basically your commands that you write with slash. So as you can see, these are one of the types of quick actions you have. Now those are one type. Now if you come here, you also have these things like track time, reminder, notepad, new doc, new whiteboard, calendar, and task traits. So these are also the quick actions. Like, you don't have to go to the whole document section to create a new doc. You can just get them right here in your hands. And it's again a pretty cool thing to have, and you can pin these items as well. So let's say if I were to click on pin item, it's going to be pinned right here. So let's say if you want to quickly take a reminder for yourself, you can choose it right here. And then you can obviously go ahead and pin multiple things as so. So it's pretty simple. Now once you've discussed that, let's go to the main matter. And that is creating a space or creating a project for ourselves. So we're going to click on New Space. And here first of all, we're going to add ourselves the space name obviously. So let's go ahead and add a random space name. So I'm going to write John's new workspace. I'm just going to call it that. And here we also have templates, and let me tell you, templates are pretty useful as well. And as you can see, you can get project management templates. And you have all other types of management templates as well, like agency management, marketing team, SEO, project management. Again, this is also a pretty good thing to have by your side. SEO is search engine optimization. And if you want search engine optimization, you can use this. Or you can just go with your basic project management. You also have like Agile Scrum management and Kanban management. But I'm going to skip that part. And then you can just come up here in the search bar and search for some specific templates if you want to. So for now, I'm going to skip that bit and I'm going to head on to this function over here. So obviously again, create new space. John is going to call it John's workspace, and there we go. Click on Next. Now first of all, we're going to choose the space or color of the avatar. So you can go with any one of these. You have tons and tons of different colors to choose from. And I'm going to go with dark blue. And you can also choose your avatar. So I'm just going to go with this random thing and click on Next. So share John's workspace. So first of all, you can, share it to spaces can be shared with members. You can add guests to folders, lists, and tasks after creating a proper space for yourself. Now you can make this totally private, which is going to be totally upon you. Or you can share it for all the people in your workspace. So I'm going to go with that. And once you come here, which task statuses do you want? So obviously you have templates over here for custom content Kanban marketing, normal Scrum, you know all that stuff. You can mess around with this if you want to, but I would just leave it as default, and I'm not going to really do a lot with it. Then you have ClickUps. ClickUps are basically the stuff like priority tags, multiple assignees, clicks you had down here. So basically one click, and there's going to be quick actions and stuff, and you have more that you can enable. So again, I'm just going to keep that at default and not mess around with it. Now once you're over here, basically these are default settings, and these are views that you can enable for yourself. So if you want the calendar view, you can enable that. You could have the board view, you have a mind map, again table, a normal table, a timeline, and if you want you can add more things from here. And once you do that, review your workspace, and once you click on review, they're going to give you a short summary of what you have. And once you like it, just click on create it, and there you go. There's John's workspace, and if you click on it, look at that. Here is your workspace, and obviously you can keep on adding new workspaces to these things if you want to. As you can see, they've made a list, and in the list you're basically going to start getting tags or tasks. And these tasks are obviously for your workers to do. So they can come here, they can see tasks. So let's say if you want to create a new task, you're going to come here on list setting, click on list, go on new, and as you can see you have task. So you can create a task as so from here if you want to. You can also create a whole new list if you want to. And obviously you have different settings like rename, copy link, add to favorites, move. You can move it to different boards if you want to. Then you have templates which you can work around with. Again, pretty useful feature to have now. Even over here, if you go on list settings, you can change things from here as well if you want to. Now you can also add new lists to your workspace. If you go over here, as you can see, you get all these options, and not only lists, you can add a document, a whiteboard. You also have action plans, you can add folders. You can add something from a template if you want to, or you can also import stuff if you want to. So it's pretty basic and pretty easy to work with. Now you can also add tasks, and to add tasks, let's say I'm going to come here and I'm going to add 3 tasks for myself. So I'm going to click on new task, and I'm going to write make application. There's the first task. Now let's add another task, code the program. Let's add one more thing. So implement design, let's just call that. Now enter, and there we go. There are the 3 tasks that we just added, and that's how you're going to add tasks for yourself. And as you saw, pretty easy. Now once you've added tasks, let's go. And add and manage columns for ourselves. So first of all, there is the assignee button, and you can basically assign people tasks using this. So as you can see, if there's someone in your workspace, you can just assign them different tasks, and it's pretty easy. And then you're obviously going to change the due dates of the task. So let's say you want to set the due date to 2 days from now. So as you can see, you can set it to 29th or maybe to something else. And as you can see, it starts giving you due dates. And you can also change the priority as well. It could be a low, normal, high, or urgent. And this is obviously you choose this, so you can let people know how quick you want to work. And further moving on, you have adding columns. Now you can add columns accordingly. It could be drop downs, it could be a text column, text area, date, progress number, checkbox, email files, formula, labels, location, money, people, phone progress, rating, relationship, roll-up tasks, website, and all that stuff. You can also use the field from library out in the bottom, as you can see. That's just to make you more efficient with your workspace members. Now let's go ahead and discuss on how you can edit your tasks. Now, once you want to edit your tasks, let's say where is it going to go ahead and click on my tasks. And once you click on the task, as you can see over here, you're going to get all this stuff. So first of all, let's say we have the main application, and over here you have task settings. So now this is your task settings, and over here you can add this to another list. You can convert it to list or subtask if you want to. Then you can duplicate it if you want to. Send email to task, merge, and all that stuff. So different types of settings that you can mess around with. Then obviously you have views on this task. You can see how many people have viewed this task, just to know that in some cases in workspaces, people view the tasks and then they don't reply to it. So this is one way you can know if someone's viewed the task, and you can like alert them to, hey, you saw the task and you're not doing anything about it. Why is that? So, it's a great thing to have the view setting. Then obviously you have more stuff like you can write a task detail over here, mark it complete. If you want to stretch priority over here, you can add different subtasks, like let's say for make an application. You have to go to the Microsoft Teams, gather the code, gather all the information, make a UML diagram, all that stuff, so you can create subtasks for one whole task. And once you're done with that, just click out of it and you're going to make different features and stuff. Now you can also enable features for yourself. Now enabling features means the ClickUp. So if I were to click over here, as you can see, this is the ClickUp section. Now once you click on ClickUps, you're going to come here. Now in ClickUps, basically you're going to see all these features. Now first of all, there's the AI. Now the AI is a brand new feature that ClickUp has just introduced, because obviously we know how much AI is in nowadays, how many people have been using it and stuff. So the AI is a new feature that ClickUp provides you. And as you can see, enable to allow your workspace members to use AI features. If you enable, you are agreeing to their terms and conditions. So you can enable that and you can ask it anything. Then you have automations, choose from a library of automations or create your own to automate manual and repetitive tasks. Then you have screen recording, collaborative editing, comment reactions, custom fields, custom task IDs, dashboards, and all that. So these are ClickUps, and you have more things like Jiffy and stuff, and ClickUps, you could say, are different features that you can do to make your work easier, make your features more efficient, make your workspace members more comfortable in the working environment. All these things that are pretty efficient when it comes to your workspace. Now I'm going to head back, and obviously, as we know, ClickUps worked great with your tasks, as you can increase the, as I said, comfortably. Now let's go ahead and talk about managing statuses. Now to manage your status, first of all, let's say we have this over here. So in your group options, you're going to go new status, and you can change your status for yourself. So status name could be, let's say, I'm going to call it online or urgent or something like that, I don't know. But you get to point, change the status. As you can see now, you can also edit the status logo by changing the colors and stuff. You can also add new status if you want to. So I'm going to call this urgent, let's say, and I'm going to make it like red. So there we have it. And once you've done that, click on save. So look at that, now you have an urgent task. So these are to do. And you can shift the urgent task in urgent if you want to. So as you can see, the make application is now an urgent one. And like you could change this from online to final review, or maybe done or doing or in progress, all that stuff. So, mess around with the necessities of all of this. So pretty useful stuff. Now let's discuss about the view options. Now you have a few different view options. So you have the list, board, calendar, Gantt, all that stuff. So first of all, let's go on board. Now once you go on board, as you can see, this is the board view. And this is more famous in places like Trello and stuff. This is known as the Kanban view, the board view, the main view that most people use. And these all are great views. Again, you can use these to spread these around as so. And as you can see, pretty easy stuff. Then if you go on calendar, this is where you can see the fun stuff happens, because in the calendar you can see the dates. So let's say you want to move this to this. So this is best for dates. Then you have the Gantt chart. Gantt chart is obviously great for progress tracking, and it's like a big chart. And you can see like the multiple tasks that you have across this chart. So again, pretty useful view to use for yourself. And I'd recommend using this for your workspace quite often, because as I said, works wonders, works great. And again, the comfortability for your workspace members and your team members, it's going to be off the charts when you use this stuff. And if you go over here, you have this drop down and you can select different views from here. So you have the activity. This is your analytics, where you can see the activity going on in your, you could say, workspace, project management space, and all that stuff. So just go over here and see all these things if you want to. In conclusion, ClickUp proves to be a robust and versatile project management tool that can truly transform the way teams collaborate and work together. Its extensive feature set customizable interface, and user-friendly design make it a standout choice for individuals, small businesses, and large enterprises alike. So, if you find this video helpful, consider subscribing and giving this a big thumbs up. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks.